Yes, everybody. Russ for the West Ham Network with Matchday very early morning. What, we quarter to eight on Saturday? Unbelievable. But obviously it's 12:30 kickoff. West Ham take on Chelsea at the London Stadium. We have the Matchday watch along, all that type of stuff, as well as the predicted 11 shows and the review shows afterwards, and people's videos of hopefully a victory and their thoughts of a really good performance. Here's hoping. He's a bit clammy today. If anyone's coming to the game, it's a bit clammy. He doesn't say there's going to be any rain, but it feels a bit moist. It feels a bit moist in the air. But only give me a quick one today because obviously no one's going to be up apart from Martel. Martel's already up. Good morning to you. Hope you're well, mate. Happy Saturday. It's another London derby. It's another game in London. Obviously, in the league, we don't leave London until November. Obviously, we play Liverpool next Wednesday, which is my birthday, if I didn't realise. Anyway, PBS is going to be pure thunderstorms this weekend in Cornwall. Mate, it feels a bit, you can feel the moisture in the air. I think it's a bit damp. There's no clouds yet, but it's quite hazy. Anyway, good morning to you, Peter. Very important to get a home win. You're right. I mean, the fact is we played two at home. We've lost two. Arguably, you could say you played two very good sides in Aston Villa and Man City, and maybe you could, you could probably suggest that we weren't really in the games much or consistently through both. So, look, it is what it is, and we play a Chelsea side. I was at Mandeville Promotions' class of 2005, 2006, something like that. Last night at Dagenham Redbridge, and I was talking to some of the fans and the ex-players, and like the likes of Tony Gale and Dean Ashton and Matty Etherington. We got a few bits signed for the members for the next members raffle from Dino and Matty, and Jimmy Walker and Rufus and people like that. And a lot, and they fancy us today. Tony Gale was saying, I fancy West Ham today, Russ. It's like it's a Chelsea defence who are young, naive. Yes, they're great going forward, but you got to think, looking at Chelsea side, Gusto's going to be not playing. He's not fit yet. Reece James is obviously still out, so they'll have, a makeshift right back. So, if we get at them early doors, they've had 20 yellow cards as well. 20 yellow cards in 4 games rather. And 8 of them were last week. So they are quite petulant as well. So if you get into their faces, press them, the likes of Caduce, Bowen, maybe Fullkrug, maybe we don't know much about his injury. We've got a chance. Obviously, where they are dangerous is going forward. Nwoke, you've got Sancho, you've got Davidson, Sanchez, you've got Christian and Nkunku. You've got some really good attacking players, but defensively they're a bit susceptible. And we've always got goal in us. West Ham have always got goal in us, and if we can go out the traps early and get a goal, that'll put pressure on them, which could mean opening up more gaps at the back, and the crowd will be behind us, and it could be a good team to play. It could be, but there we go. Let's have some comments. B Gaines is watching from Florida, 2 a.m. Now that is early. It is early. Well, is it early or is it late? When's it late night? Early morning. I know it's sort of 2:30, but that's sort of still in. If you went clubbing or whatever, you'd get in about 2 o'clock, wouldn't you? It was supposed to be thunderstorms yesterday. Well, apparently it was. Yeah, it was meant all weekend round here by the scenes of it, which is where I am. Not just a matter of fact, indeed. I'd love a surprise start for Fullkrug. The Fullkrug thing is interesting. Obviously, he was pressed with about Emerson. He mentioned Emerson. Fullkrug wasn't really mentioned. He's had a couple of knocks and whatnot, but the Sun's Jack Rossier asked him specifically about Nicholas Fullkrug, and he was a little bit sort of vague, as he always is, of Lopetegui, to be honest. And he was saying basically, he's training, so we'll have to, we'll wait and see. He's training for ahead of the game, but he wasn't spotted in any of the training videos. Neither was Emerson either. So each to their own. Callum Gordon to you, mate. Hope you're well. Should be 20 red cards for the Red Boys. Will it be better for us or them if it's pissing down? Neither. I think both play. Chelsea are quite good, exciting going forward. They're quick going forward. We can be quick in transition going forward as well. So actually, The rain, if it rained, probably wouldn't help either side, to be honest, Peter. Maybe slightly in our favour, but not much. Is it true now West Ham players lost their first 3 games in our history? Ooh, quite possibly. Quite possibly. I mean, Moyes didn't lose his first game, and I'll have to go back and have a look. Quite possibly, Ricky. Wouldn't be surprised. It seems that type of stat. Morning, Mark. Hope you're well. There we go. Early days, but are you confident won't be another? I still think he'll be. I think he's going to be good, but he hasn't had a run. He needs a run. I think it seems like, as I said the other day, pieces of the puzzles are starting to come together, but there's still a couple of pieces which aren't plugged in enough. So once we get the full puzzle, I think you'll see how Fullkrug could be utilised. There's no doubt he's a good player because even the small time he has had, you see his movement. You see, I think it was the first away game, the Crystal Palace one, when he was on. Was it Crystal Palace? And there was a little bit of movement with his feet, and that's sort of instinctive. There's a good player in there. It's like Danny Ings the other day. That was instinctive. That first touch, which led to the goal. So, there's a player in there. He just needs a run of games. He's not going to be. I don't think he's going to be. Compete to be our Premier League goal scorer all the time. He's not here long enough. He won't be here long enough. But I think he'll get double figures this year. And for me, that's what we need from him. We need Antonio was that person. The last couple of years, last 18 months, maybe not the same person Antonio we had 2 years ago. We need double digits from our strikers, strikers plural. If we get 10 across all strikers, pretty disastrous. But we need double digits from our striker, and then that puts a little bit of pressure off the likes of Bowen, Kudus. If they can contribute to that double digits as well, then that's an effective forward line. We get loads of things. Yeah, no worries, mate. If it's about putting a dedication up, Mark, you're too late. And don't email me. Email announcer@westham.co.uk. People always say, "Oh, can you do a shout out for my dog who's not well?" We don't handle them anymore now. It's all done via the club on the big screen. So announcer@westhamnetwork.co. westhamunited.co.uk. Morning, Bo. Hope you're well. Yeah, I did. Another win for the Dublin 21s. They maintain their 100% record in the Premier League 2. 1-0 away win at Newcastle. Great. Goal towards the end. Good assist from Orford to lay it on for Cam to score with 10 minutes to go up at Newcastle. Stamford Bridge is falling down. Could easily be 5-0 either way. Totally right. Antonio, as I said, Damien keeps digging me out saying, I hate Antonio. I just don't like Antonio now. I liked Antonio 18 months ago, but now he's as everyone, they get older, they get less ineffective. Now, I think he's better utilised off the bench. He's 34 now. Do you know what I mean? He's 34. So for me, he's not going to be playing 90 minutes week in, week out. There's going to be dips in performance. He is split in his football time between travelling halfway across the world to play for Jamaica, to play international football. That's his prerogative. But the flip side is I don't think he's effective as a 90-minute player anymore. I think he's effective as a 30-minute player. And I think then, if he still plays 30 minutes, he could still be a force for us. He can condense his energy into that 30-minute sort of time frame, and you could see the beast mode again. That's my sort of thinking around it. It's not hating him. I mean, he's a Premier League goal scorer, top goal scorer. Yes, he's been here for almost 9 years, 8 years, something like that. And so there is, if you score 8 goals a season, or 9 goals a season, you're going to be that person. And to be honest, he was far away until he was pushed up front by, the likes of Moyes and whatnot. And then he had a couple of good seasons, getting double digits, and that sort of took him up to the tally. I think today will be let's hope so. Talibo time. Let's hope so. Very well, mate. How are you? Always with the classic lines. If Bambi starts, it will be like saying we don't want to win the game. Well, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we are only fans. He gets the head coach gets paid to coach and select the right side that he thinks is going to get a job done. It might be I would hope lessons have been learned and we won't play Souček, Alvarez and Rodriguez. Will we play Souček, Alvarez and Rodriguez? Who knows? I wouldn't think so. Not at home. I think away we play slightly more cagey. At home it's a little bit more laissez-faire, and I like that because you've got 60,000 fans who want to be entertained. So it's a bit more sort of full of momentum. So I'm going to walk and talk because I'm running late, but I'm going to walk and talk. So there's a bit of sort of momentum going into that, really. And we talk about lessons learned. Lessons can only be learned if it is a lesson that he's learned. So it's something that he wants to, play with. As I said, I think last time there was an issue with Paqueta obviously came back late from international duty and stuff like that. So naturally, someone like Souček probably played that 10 role, which Paqueta would have probably played, as he probably had about 45 minutes in, to be honest. But yeah, no, I think it should be. We'll wait and see. Leslie, hope you are well. Thanks for joining us these early mornings. What else we got? Ricky. Still no sign. Will he make the bench? Yeah, he'll be on the bench, I imagine, Ricky. Guilherme he's one for the future. Yes, you could suggest that why isn't he playing under 21s? I don't know. He's clearly seen within the first team squad. He's on the bench now. He was on the bench last game, wasn't he? I think. Yeah, people that as I said, he's one for the future. Personally, if we started him so early on, I would have maybe looked to loan him out if he wasn't going to get any game time. That's sort of what big clubs do, don't they? They buy players and then send them straight out on loan. If he's been built, if he's one for the future, then he should be going out and getting minutes, really. So next year, the likes of Kudus not necessarily hanging around, maybe next summer, he comes into that berth straight away. It wouldn't be massive. We do. It'll get the monkey off the back, so to speak, in terms of the, we haven't won at home yet. In the league, yes, we won against Bournemouth, but in the league we haven't won at home, so it'd be nice to get a victory just to start the ball rolling. Going into a two-game week with obviously Liverpool in the Carabao and then Brentford away. It's a couple of away games, so utilising the home crowd today, getting a result, getting 3 points would be massive, to pardon the pun, with West Ham, because we are massive where we go. Agreed. I named my van Bulldog, Nodding Dog Antonio, many years ago, but he's due a name change. If Loffy plays, Steve Gordon, plays Antonio Souček again, and he lost the plot, and it's not good enough. You have to move on. Yes, we do. We do. And I've put my case on for Souček, and simply Antonio. I mean, to be honest, Antonio, there's not many other people in the Premier League who can do what he does. Unfortunately, doesn't do it enough for my liking now. 18 months ago, two seasons ago, yes, he was every sort of third game he'd be full beast mode, but that was every third game. Now he hasn't scored in 7 Premier League games now, and to be honest, he hasn't looked like scoring in 7 Premier League games. That for me is the issue. If he's having shots and getting away and being unlucky and a little VAR checks and things like that, then I wouldn't necessarily be so, not anti-Antonio, but down on him from the starter position. But he hasn't. And then that puts pressure on the likes of Kudus and Bowen to do more. The trouble with Souček is a lucky player. Souček will always pick up a goal. He'll always be a threat. And for all his creative issues, he'll always be likely to get a goal from a set piece or defend set pieces. And you need players like that around your squad. Whether you need them in the starting lineup is another question. But within your squad,
a warm welcome to everyone from London Stadium Control.
That's when you know it's early. That's when you know it's early. Oh my god.
You have 60. That's 60 minutes until all zone.
There we go. Antonio shows very little this season, but now should start up top. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that bowling lounge. The only issue is that I'm not a massive fan of bowling up top on his own. I just think, I don't know whether it's, I'm used to the fact of having an Antonio up front, someone to just knock the centre halves around a little bit. I just think Bowen doesn't offer that. What he does offer is someone who's very quick on the floor with good feet and relatively clinical. So you can't get someone who's both. Unfortunately, we could have done, but it would have cost you 40 million, and now he's banging him in for Aston Villa. That's the issue. But I mean, my predicted 11 show today, I could have done 10 different sides, and I think I go through one side and I go, well, if Emerson's out, it'll be this side. If assuming Fullkrug's not injured, it'll be this side. If he is injured, it's this side, and there's 3 or 4 connotations there, and that's the great thing. I think it's not if someone's, apart from maybe Emerson, I think Emerson being out, if he's not, it'd be great. If he is, that's the only one potentially which I'm like, shit, because he has such an impact. Whereas someone like, if Ariola's injured, Fabianski comes in, if Antonio's injured, Fullkrug could come in, or Fullkrug, Antonio come in, or Ings could come in, or Bowen can come in. If Bowen's injured, Kudus can go to the right, someone else can go to the left. Same with Kudus, if Kudus is injured. It's not replaceable as such, but there's options. That left back at the moment is a little. It's not necessarily the option for left back, because obviously Wan-Bissaka can play left back, but then what it means for Soufal, and Soufal has to play, and that worries me. Against genuine pace, it's always worried me with genuine pace. But as I said, Anton's going to be doing the watch time. Keep an eye on that. Soler to score today, says Lee. Let's see if he gets some minutes. I don't know if he'll start, but I think he'll come on definitely. So we'll see what happens. Russ, will he start? So I hope so. A little bit. Tune into the on a Monday we do the loan watch, don't we, in the roundups, and so yeah, we'll. He's only really just got into the side really at Pompey, but he's doing all right. Most of the loan side, actually, a few of them. Obviously, Irvy's got a knock, had a knock recently, but Callum's been playing well, which is great to see. 2-1 win. Me after the game, so lucky. Look at the run of games up there. There's no game where you could feel confident. Well, wait and see, Pete. It's early doors. It's 5 games in, so we'll see. Right, I've got to go because I'm running very, very late. Anyway, don't forget to check out Anton's watch long and the starting 11 show. The sun is coming out over London Stadium. Have a great day. Take care. Much love. Bye.